We are being joined by a man who is an undefeated football coach in the Big 12 this season. He was a head coach at Temple, turned that place around. They're still using a lot of his things down there. Then he went down to this program that had been struggling for a long time, PR-wise. Brought them back to prominence. Has been on nothing but a heater. I got a chance to call one of his games against West Virginia a couple weeks ago. He is a tough, gritty team that wants to win it in the end. Tomorrow, his school, his program will be hosting College Game Day in Waco, Texas. The head coach of the Baylor Bears, Sikkim, Matt Rhule. What up, Coach Rhule?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you doing, boss man?
Did you get any sleep from last night? I just feel like I was just watching you on TV, and then here you're up and rolling the next day. You're unbelievable.
Well, I appreciate that. Means a lot. I got about 3.5, 4 hours of sleep, but I was excited to get to talk to you this morning because not only is my sleep to work schedule incredible and unbelievable, what you have done in Baylor in the last couple of years is unbelievable. Tomorrow you play host to College Game Day. How excited is the team? How excited is the town and everything like that?
Well, I think everyone here is really excited. We try not to, as a football team, we try not to get caught up in distractions, but I don't think it's a distraction. I think it states that, you know what, we're going to play a really relevant game. And for a team that was, 2 years ago, 1-11, that was sitting there at 0-7, 1-8, whatever it was at this time, now our guys have worked and they've grinded and they've fought. It's all the same guys. And here they are at 9-0. We've had some thrilling games. We've had some battles, some wars. And we have a chance to play a great Oklahoma team. College Game Day is in town. What a great chance for us to show the entire country our team, but also our school and Waco and all the great things that are happening here.
Okay, for people that don't know about the Baylor Bears football team of 2019, they might know of the Baylor Bears of the past. They might know of RG3. They might know of maybe a PR situation. What should people know about the Baylor Bears? By the way, it was a terrible situation that became a PR situation. What should they know about the new, revamped Matt Rhule Baylor Bears football team? What should they be expecting from your team on Saturday night and your fan base on Saturday night?
Well, I think first of all, I think our guys as men always start with that first. We're the class of college football in my mind. We've got 14 college graduates playing for us. We've got 10 guys in graduate school. We do community service work all the time, 900 hours last year. So I want to make sure people know that first, that when they watch those kids out there playing, that they're watching men that do things the right way. And then football-wise, man, we're a gritty, tough, hard-nosed football team. We're a blue-collar team. We're not some just roll the ball out type of an organization. We're going to go out there. We're going to play defense, which you have to do against Oklahoma. We're committed to playing special teams. We block kicks. We run to the ball. And then on offense, we're an explosive group. We have dynamic receivers that can go make plays down the field. We have a gritty, tough, veteran quarterback, and we're not the greatest operation of all time. We're just learning still how to become a great team, but we do have a bunch of really tough, hard-nosed, blue-collar guys that make up one heck of a team.
Okay, Coach, you want the Temple to turn that place around. You've gone to Baylor and turned this team around. What is it? What is it? The blue-collar type guy you're looking for? Is it the way your program is run, the humans you recruit? Why have you had this incredible success of taking the incredibly tough task of making a bad team a good team in the modern day and age of college football?
I think, the success we had at Temple and the success we're having here now is all based on people and relationships. We try to get really good people on our staff, really good people in the building, really good people in the locker room, and then we develop guys. We coach guys that are, we coach a walk-on offensive lineman that might never play as hard every day as we coach guys that are going to be first-round draft picks. And I think when you have that mentality where everyone feels valued, where everyone feels like, hey, what they do is important, it raises the level of everything that we do. And then we have really high standards. We have high standards for ourselves. We have high standards for our team. We don't make excuses. We expect to go out and find a way to win every game, and we expect to go out and find a way to get good grades. We expect to find a way. We have high expectations. I think that's what's key about young people. Young people will raise or lower what they do to the expectations that are held upon them. And I think our guys so far this year have done a really nice job of that.
That's an incredible quote right there. Whenever you hold people to higher expectations, normally they're going to react in that fashion. Whenever you don't, they feel worthless and kind of just let everything get loose and carefree. That's a great mindset. I'm happy that you told us that. I've interviewed you twice now before games. I haven't gotten that out of you. Feel like I've done a bad job in the past. That's on me. I should have known that going into the Baylor Bear games that I called the other night.
Well, I always enjoy having you here. And I think, it's just human nature, man. It's like I always give the analogy to our guys. Like, if you know you're supposed to be at work at 9 and you have a staff meeting every morning at 9, everyone's there at 8:50. If they say be at work at 9 and there is no staff meeting, no one's checking on it, sometimes you show up at 9:05 because you want to go get a cup of coffee. It's just human nature. And so what we're trying to do, man, we're constantly trying to fight human nature, try to be the best we can be every step of the way. And so this whole week, my thing hasn't been, hey, let's not get ready for Saturday. It's, hey, let's get ready for Monday. Let's get ready for Tuesday. Let's have the best. We just got done with our Fast Friday. Let's have the best Fast Friday. We're going to go see a movie tonight. Hey, let's go and let's leave the movie theater cleaner than when we walked in there. Like, just try to be elite at everything you do. And it's not me. It comes from everybody because there's days I'm not on. There's days that Phil Snow, my defensive coordinator, has to kick me and say, let's get going. But when you have a collection of people that are all committed to trying to be the best that you can do, then you hold each other accountable, and along the way you make some good friends and build a pretty good brotherhood.
Phil Snow is a legend, by the way, living legend, not just in football but in life, I think, just from the short conversations I've had with him. What movie are the boys going to go watch tonight? What are we watching the night before the Baylor Bears take over national television as the only undefeated team against the Big 12?
We're going to go check out Midway tonight, which is a little longer than normally we try to keep the movie under 2 hours, but since we're playing tomorrow night, we've got all day to watch college football. We're going to go see Midway and see a little wartime action. Should be pretty cool.
Hey, I like that. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it's going to be great. If you're making a decision, I'm assuming it's fantastic. How'd the boys look this week in practice? I remember back whenever I was in college, we had a few big games. In the games that we lost, I could tell in practice leading up. A little bit sloppy, balls were on the ground. Maybe coaches were even a little bit more uptight. And then the games that we won out there and won on the national stage and won in the big ones, everybody was kind of free. Everything was happening. I think that comes from confidence and knowing what the hell you're doing. I think that's a big part of it. How have the boys looked this week? How has the team reacted to it?
I think it's been one of our better weeks. And, we came out of that triple overtime game last week against TCU. You can always kind of tell on Sunday if everyone was banged up, if everyone was sore, if no one could move. But the guys came in here with incredible energy, bouncing around. And, my message to them has been, hey, guys, 21 days, man. Let's give each other. I'm not asking them to give it to me. I'm going to give it to you. You give it to each other. But we got 21 days. 21 days, and then you guys can go relax, take a breath. 3 more Tuesday practices. And I thought this week they came out on Tuesday. They flew around. They wanted to compete. It's late in the year. We're one of those teams, Pat. We still put on full pads. We're still doing, as you know, field goal versus field goal block. We're still doing inside run. We're going to be that team. And I thought that they brought great energy. And I think a lot of that is our respect for Oklahoma. I mean, our guys on defense know what they're up against. They know that Jalen Hurts is a Heisman candidate. CeeDee Lamb's a Biletnikoff candidate. And so if we don't practice well, if we don't play well, we won't have much of a chance. But I'll tell you this about our guys. They don't play well when we're not loose. Even when you saw us against West Virginia, we were kind of an uptight team. And this week I love the vibe that I'm getting. They understand that, you know what, we've earned the right to be here. Let's go play. Let's not do something different. Let's just do what we do.
Your quarterback, Charlie Brewer, is a story that I love. I got a chance to talk to his older brother outside the stadium, and he said, yeah, we just used to beat him up back in the day. And that is paid off, by the way. He's this incredibly tough quarterback who can make plays. And you said to me, it doesn't matter how the first 3 quarters go. In the fourth quarter, Charlie Brewer wants the ball in his hands. When you have a quarterback like that, you got to feel good in any close game and in any game, I'd assume. Tell me more about Charlie Brewer.
Well, he's exactly what you just said. He's a gamer. Earlier this year we're playing Iowa State. We have the ball. We have to go down and move the ball in the 2 minutes. He says, "Just give me the ball. Just get out of my way, coach." Like, I got it. He doesn't complain. All he does is move his team down the field. He protects the football. And what you said was so true. He plays like a tailback. He's so tough. He gets up off the mat time and time again. And I always feel like when we have him out there that we have a chance to win the game. And he's a special kid. He comes from a great family. His dad was the quarterback at Texas. His granddad was the quarterback at Texas. His brother Michael, who you met, was the quarterback at Texas Tech and then Virginia Tech. So he's been waiting his turn, and it's pretty cool to see him the things that he's doing here on a national stage.
Two quick ones here before I let you go, and I can't thank you enough for your time here the day before your incredible hello to the world, which is going to happen tomorrow in Waco in game day, and then tomorrow night against Oklahoma. I have not gotten a written thank you from the Baylor Bears. I called the Texas Tech game that kind of started this entire thing. Is there anything in the mail?
I'll tell you what. There will be something in the mail in the next 3 minutes for your catalyst approach to our season. We appreciate that.
It was awesome though. Whenever I got to call your game here against WVU a couple weeks ago, and I was looking into the stats, and I was like, "Damn!" Literally, that Texas Tech game and the Texas shootout against Cliff Kingsbury. You guys ended his career as a college coach, and then started something absolutely beautiful. In talking to your team the night before that game and talking to Charlie Brewer, it felt like you guys were close to getting going. And then an entire offseason of work, you've only compounded on top of that. It's been fun to watch your team. All right, I have to ask you one thing, not Baylor Bear related or college football related. You obviously saw what happened with Myles Garrett and Mason Rudolph last night. You've been in football forever. I mean, you played in college. You've coached ever since. Have you ever seen anything like that? I cannot think of a time where I've seen somebody connect with a helmet-to-helmetless human being in all of my practices, training camps, and even games.
Yeah, it made me think of the the Kermit Davis punch in basketball, where they broke the guy's jaw. And at the end of the day, on Twitter, and I'll just say this. The one thing we tell our players all the time is you are responsible for what you say and what you do. And on the football field, we let you get away with more sometimes because there's so much emotion. But at the end of the day, that was over the line. I think when helmets come off in fights and a guy punches a guy in the face, that's over the line. To hit him with a helmet is beyond that. And if me, who no one cares what I think, but if they suspend Pouncey, they're crazy. I wouldn't want to be on a team where my guys didn't come over there and fight for me. And even after getting hit in the head, someone else knocked the quarterback over, and that's ugly. And I'm sure Myles Garrett's a wonderful human, and I'm sure moments after he regretted it. But I hadn't seen anything like that. And what you're more than anything you're afraid of is a lot of people make great decisions their whole life, and then you're trying to teach young people, hey, one bad decision. It's not about I'm not worried about you being an alcoholic, but I am worried about you having too many drinks and making a bad mistake. So it's about one bad decision can affect the rest of your life, and that punch could have affected the rest of his life or Mason Rudolph's life. A broken jaw, those things can become really bad. So I hope the right message is sent. I hope that everyone handles it the right way, and we can move forward, and hopefully everyone can learn a great lesson from what happened.
By the way, you nailed that. Incredibly impressive answer there for you. And I think everybody's on the same page, and I think we're all expecting the NFL to handle this in a proper fashion for the sport. It's like they're not even handling it for the NFL. Like, for the good of the game, you are handling this situation. And what you said about Marquise Pouncey, I couldn't agree more. I actually said before we got on the air here, I want to talk about this. Like, on film right now, and the Steelers are watching it on film, there's some people on that film room that are going to be judged by their teammates because they didn't get involved, I'd assume. You never, ever want to be that guy, Coach Rhule.
Right.
Ever.
Yeah, there was a time a couple of years ago where I was in the Eagles. They hit the quarterback late, and they drove him in the ground, and Peters came running over and just jumped on the guy and started fighting him, and he got thrown out of the game. And, the narrative was, hey, did he hurt the team? And I actually texted a couple of the radio guys, Baldy and Anthony Gargano back in Philly, and said, remember that? Like, that's why you do this. Because at the end of the day, you want to be smart. You don't want to hurt the team. But when you cross the line and you hurt one of us, you hurt all of us. And, great teams, I know they're pros. They make a ton of money. You were a pro. But, there has to be some form of brotherhood. And I respect Pouncey for coming running in. That's who I'd want some blocking for my son.
All right. Well, Coach, I wouldn't mind you coaching my son. Now, hopefully I'll never have a child. But if I do, I would not mind him being a Baylor Bear. Ladies and gentlemen, the undefeated Big 12 potential Coach of the Year, Baylor Bears, Matt Rhule. Thank you, Coach.
Hey, thanks, brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you.